Hi, welcome to the Ohio County Public Library Storytime Online. My name is Miss Jennifer, and all this month we have been learning about community helpers. We've met a mail carrier, a nurse practitioner, a farmer, and last week we met a firefighter. But I have saved the best for last because today we're at my favorite place, the library, of course. We are so fortunate to have such a fabulous public library here in Ohio County. But you may be wondering, other than books, how does the library help our community? Well, today we're going to be going behind the desk to meet many of the people that go by the job title librarian and find out what they do. And today our guest reader is going to be our own library director, Miss Melanie Warga. So I've got my mask. So let's put our masks on and let's get ready to go check out the library. Come on, let's go. Hi, are you ready to get started? Let's get our alligators out. A is for alligator, chomp, chomp, chomp. B is for bouncing, so we'll hop, hop, hop. C is for circle, so let's turn around. And D is for we all sit down. When we crisscross applesauce, ready to be a listener. Well, we've been having so much fun all this month learning about community helpers. And like I said, we're at my favorite place today. We're at the library. We've been learning some sign language. I want to teach you the sign language for library. So you're going to put your fingers up so that you've got your index finger up and your thumb to the side, so it looks like an L. And then we're going to take that L, we're going to move it in a circle. So, library, library. That's an easy sign, isn't it? And today I'm so excited. We have our library director, Miss Melanie Warga, is our special guest reader today. So, hi, Miss Melanie.
Hello, Miss Jennifer. And hi, everybody.
We are so excited to have you here today. Now, I've been asking some questions of our different community helpers, and I was wondering, I feel like you've been here a long time. How long have you worked at the library?
I have worked at the library for 21 years, Miss Jennifer.
Oh my goodness, that's a long time.
It is.
I bet you've had a lot of different jobs during that time.
Oh my goodness, I have. So when I first started, I was just working at the desk like anybody else, checking people in and out. Then I got to drive the bookmobile. The bookmobile is really cool. If you haven't seen the bookmobile, hopefully you'll learn a little bit more about that later. The bookmobile I drove for 11 and a half years. Then I got to come inside and work with the babies in our programs and the teenagers in our programs. I got to do our website and our public relations, our bookkeeping, which is all the money. Then I was the assistant director, and now I'm the director.
Well, that's been an exciting career.
It has.
I wonder though, is being a librarian something that you thought about doing whenever you were little?
You know, it really wasn't. I completely fell into this job. I was in a job that I kind of didn't like all that much when I was younger, and my parents saw the ad in the newspaper to be to work at the library, and somebody had to tell me where it was. So I found out where it was, and I came and applied, and the rest is history. I just fell into the career.
Oh, wow. But was reading something that you enjoyed as a child?
Loved reading as a child, yes. I read everything and anything I could get my hands on.
I do too. That was something that was really important to me. I know being a librarian wasn't something that I really thought about being. I thought I was going to be a teacher when I grew up. But I got a job at a public library, and I fell in love with it. And I loved being a librarian and still do. But it all started by having a love for reading.
Yes.
Now, one of my favorite books to share at Storytime that has to do with going to the library is a book that I was hoping that you'd share with us this morning.
Sure.
And it's the book.
All right. This book is by Deborah Bruss, and it's illustrated by Tiffany Beek. Down at the farm, all was well until the children went back to school and the animals had nothing to do. They had no rides to share, no tug of war to play, no one to scratch behind their ears or ruffle their feathers. In the bright morning sun, the horse hung his head. The cow complained, and the goat grumbled. The pig pouted, the duck dozed off, and the hen heaved a sigh. Long about noon, with the sun high above the barnyard, the hen squawked, "I'm bored, and I'm heading to town to find something to do." The animals followed her down the road to the library. "Look," clucked the hen, "happy faces. This must be the place we're looking for. I'll go in and see if I can find something to do." "Nay, nay," whinnied the horse. "You're too small for such a big job. Leave it to me." The horse click-clocked in. Politely he asked for something to do, but the librarian could not understand the horse. All she heard was, "Nay, nay." So the horse hung his head and click-clocked out. Next the cow plodded in. Politely she asked for something to do, but the librarian could not understand the cow. All she heard was, "Mrrr, mrrr." So the cow complained and plodded out. Now it was the goat's turn, and he trotted in. Politely he asked for something to do, but the librarian could not understand the goat. All she heard was, "Ah, ah, ah." So the goat grumbled and trotted out again. Slowly the pig ambled into the library. Politely she asked for something to do, but all the librarian heard was, "Oink, oink." So the pig ambled out to tell her friends. Up flapped the hen, and she announced, "I am going in, and no one is going to stop me." Into the library she flapped. "Whoop," clucked the hen politely. The librarian looked around and said, "What's that noise?" "Book, book," clucked the hen. The librarian scratched her head. "Who's that?" she asked. "Book, book, book," clucked the hen quite clearly. "Oh, is this what you want?" asked the librarian, and she handed the hen 3 books. The farm. Back at the farm, the horse, the cow, the goat, the pig, the duck, and the hen gathered around the books. The barnyard was filled with neighs, boos, baas, oinks, quacks, and books. Their sounds of delight lasted until sundown. All the animals were happy except for the bullfrog. And do you know what he said? "I already read it.
The end. That's one of my favorite ones to share. Can you imagine how silly it would be if animals came to the library? Well, I have a funny story about a time when some dragons came to the library. You see, on Monday, I took my red dragon to the library. And he had so much fun at the library, but there was only one problem. My red dragon has very long, sharp teeth. And when my red dragon went to the library, his scary teeth, when he smiled, made the babies cry. So the librarian told my red dragon he needed to stay home. He couldn't come back to the library. He was scaring the babies. So the next day, I took my purple dragon to the library. My purple dragon did not have long, scary teeth, but he did have some long claws. And whenever he went to grab a book, he poked holes in the book. Oh no! My purple dragon could not go back to the library. He couldn't damage the books. So the next day, I took my pink dragon to the library. Now my pink dragon did not have scary teeth, and she didn't have sharp claws that would poke holes in the books, but she did have a lot of shiny scales. And whenever she would turn the pages on the book, some of her scales would go off and they would get stuck in the books. So my pink dragon had to stay home. She couldn't go back to the library. The next day, my blue dragon went to the library. Now, my blue dragon did not have scary teeth. He didn't have sharp claws, and he did not have all kinds of scales that would come off and damage the books. But he did have a very long tail. And when he would walk through the stacks of books, past all the shelves, his long tail would knock books off everywhere. So my blue dragon had to stay home. The next day, my yellow dragon went to the library. My yellow dragon did not have scary teeth. She didn't have sharp claws. She didn't have scales, and she didn't have a very extra long tail. But she did have some very big kind of wingy ear flaps. And at story time, she blocked all the kids from being able to see stories at story time. So my yellow dragon had to stay home from the library. So the next day, my green dragon went to the library. Now, my green dragon did not have sharp teeth. He didn't have sharp claws. He didn't have scales or an extra long tail or really big flaps on the side of his head to block at story time. But the one problem was that my green dragon has allergies. And whenever my green dragon sneezed, chew! Flames shot out of his mouth and caught the librarian's hair on fire. Oh no, so now my green dragon has to stay home. The ladies at the library, though, have told me that they love whenever I come. But from now on, I just get books and I take them home and I read them to my dragons at my house. The end. That would be crazy. I'm glad that dragons haven't come into the library. I don't want my hair to catch on fire. But one of my favorite stories, whenever I was growing up, like I said, I loved to read whenever I was a child. And my favorite story when I was growing up was this one, Caps for Sale. And so anytime I have an opportunity to share my favorite story at Storytime or read it to a group of school children, I always love to take my favorite story. So I wanted to share a little flannel of my favorite story. You see, the story of Caps for Sale is all about a peddler who has caps that he stacks on his head. So let's see if you know your colors. Maybe you can help me. There was a silly peddler with caps on his head. The first fancy cap was the color, what color is that? Red, that's right. All right. If he adds another, then he would have two. So he puts on another one, and this one is, what word would rhyme with the number 2? Did you guess it? It's the color blue. Very good with your rhyming. He feels like such a talented fellow, so he stacks on another one, and this one is, what color word rhymes with fellow? Do you know? It's yellow. This is the tallest hat stack that he has ever seen, especially when he adds one, the color that is green. Look at all those hats. He is not an ordinary peddler with his wares on his back. The last cap on top is the color. What color do you think? What rhymes with the word back? Is it black? There it is. Good job. 5 hats stacked high on his head will end this tale as the peddler walks away calling, "Caps! Caps for sale!" The end. Very good. Thanks for sharing the story with me. I hope you guessed those rhyming words as we guessed our colors for his hats. Now, Miss Melanie, though, has a favorite story that she loves to read at her house. And so I was hoping that she would share it with us today.
This is one of my daughter's favorite books. I Ain't Gonna Paint No More. This one is by Karen Beaumont, illustrated by David Catrow. One day my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor, and the ceiling, and the walls, and the curtains, and the door. And I heard my mama holler like I never did before, "You ain't gonna paint no more." I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. So I take some red and I paint my head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Oh, what the heck? Gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still I just can't rest till I paint my chest. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Then I see some black, so I paint my back. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Like an Easter egg, gonna paint my leg. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut, I'm gonna paint my what? Y'all don't faint, cause there ain't no paint. So I ain't gonna paint no more.
I'm so glad that you shared a little bit about the author and the illustrator, because I wanted to share a song with you all about the parts of a book. Did you know the author writes the book? The author writes the book. Hi-ho, librario, the author writes the book. The illustrator draws the pictures. The illustrator draws the pictures. Hi-ho, librario, the illustrator draws the pictures. The title tells what it's about. The title tells what it's about. Hi-ho, librario, the title tells what it's about. The spine is on the side. The spine is on the side. Hi-ho, librario, the spine is on the side. There are different parts of a book, and authors write the stories, illustrators draw the pictures. The title is on the front of the book, on the cover, and tells what the book is about. And the spine is kind of like your spine. Did you know that books have a spine? Like you have a spine on your back. It's what's on the side of the book. And then, of course, there are pages in between. So I'm so glad. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Miss
Of course.
Melanie. But I was wondering, would it be possible for us to go see the rest of the library, maybe take a tour of the library and meet some of the people that work here?
Absolutely. We have such a wonderful library with so many things to offer, and we have some really wonderful people that work here. So I would love for you to go and meet some of the different people that make our library so special.
All right, let's go.
Hi, my name is Jean, and I am the technology coordinator here for the Ohio County Public Library. Sometimes you don't see me when you come in to the main library and check out books, but if you ever have a problem with a computer, I'm right out there to help you. I can also help you if you have problems with your tablet or a cell phone or things like that. I'm always willing to give you some assistance with that. We also offer computer classes. We have a computer lab that we can bring out all of our laptops, and we can assist you going to different websites. And the library offers ebooks and e-audiobooks that you can check out. And I can assist you with that as well. Come by and see us at the library. Bye.
Welcome, come on in. Welcome to the Bookmobile. Hi, I'm Denise. I'm the Bookmobile driver. And this Bookmobile is a service of the Ohio County Public Library. We drive around to rural areas and share our books and our movies and other services. We go out where people can't come to our library here in town. We also have hotspots that we provide in rural areas. We visit preschools, daycares, elementary schools, and I look forward to meeting you all. If you see me out on the road, give me a big wave.
Hi, my name cataloging coordinator here at Ohio County Public Library. I put all the new books, a record of the new books in the computer so that you can check them out and take them home.
Hi, I'm Brandy. I am a circulation librarian and I lead the team programming, and today I am going to cover this book so that it does not get damaged or dirty and can stay in circulation.
Hi, come on in. I'd like to welcome you to our genealogy and history annex. This is the building where you may come and search genealogy, which is your family, look up your family history. Here you'll look around, you can see lots of books that we have that we can help you look up your family. And here you may see we have a microfilm reader where you can look up information like old newspapers on microfilm. And we also have a program area here where people come in and do different programs. We do a crochet program over here, and coloring. We do coloring over here. You might want to come and join that. And I'm Kathy, and I hope you come and visit us and check us out here at the library.
Hi, I'm Leslie. I order the books here that you check out, and I lead the adult book club.
Well, that was so exciting to go for a tour around the library. Let's get ready to sing a song before we go. You ready? Let's stand up. If you're a reader and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a reader and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a reader and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're a reader and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a reader and you know it, read a book. If you're a reader and you know it, read a book. If you're a reader and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're a reader and you know it, read a book. If you're a reader and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're a reader and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're a reader and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're a reader and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! Well, thank you so much for spending this month as we've explored our community. Make sure that you go out into your community and say thank you to all the people that help in your community, whether it's doctors, farmers, vets, grocery store workers, mailmen, librarians, teachers. There are so many people that make each one of our communities an extra special place to live. And if you live in a community other than Ohio County, or even if you live in Ohio County, make sure that you go and check out your library. If you live in Ohio County, come and see us. We would love to meet you. And if you live in another community, go and check out your library. Libraries are a wonderful place to explore the world all around us. And we will see you soon here at the library.